There is a store. You are never truly allowed inside. You can walk through the door. You can touch the leather. You can hand them your card. But the moment you step into a Louis Vuitton boutique, you have already entered a system carefully engineered to make you feel like you don't belong, and somehow desperately want to.
Think about the last time you walked past a Louis Vuitton store. The queue outside, the single customer allowed in at a time, the staff who greets you with a look that is professional, polished, and completely unreadable. You can't tell if they're welcoming you or evaluating you. And that ambiguity, that slight, almost imperceptible discomfort crawling up your spine, that is worth more to this company than any handbag they have ever made. Because Louis Vuitton doesn't sell leather. It sells the psychological torment of not having it.
Here is what most people never realize. Louis Vuitton is one of the most profitable luxury brands on earth, not despite its scarcity, but because of a manufactured one. The company doesn't produce less because demand is low. It produces less because demand is infinite. There are waiting lists for bags that could be made tomorrow. There are colorways discontinued not because the dye ran out, but because desire must be starved to stay alive. In 2023, LVMH, Louis Vuitton's parent company, reported over 86 billion euros in revenue. Let that number sit. Now consider, they achieved that while simultaneously telling their customers they couldn't have what they wanted. The scarcity isn't a supply chain limitation. It is the supply chain. This is something economists call artificial scarcity, but that phrase is too clinical for what it actually is. What Louis Vuitton practices is desire architecture. They don't build bags, they build longing.
And they know exactly what longing does to the human brain. Neuroscientists have shown that wanting something activates the same dopamine pathways as receiving it, sometimes more intensely. The anticipation of luxury is neurologically more powerful than the luxury itself. Louis Vuitton doesn't just understand this, they have industrialized it. The waiting list is not an inconvenience. It is the experience. The 2-week wait, the callback, the private appointment. These are not logistics. They are rituals of initiation. Every delay is a message. You are about to enter somewhere most people never will. And once you're inside, once the tissue paper parts and the dust bag slides across the counter, the brain doesn't feel satisfied. It feels confirmed. The purchase isn't the reward. The purchase is the proof. But there is something darker underneath all of this. Something the brand will never say out loud. Louis Vuitton spends enormous resources ensuring that certain people, the wrong people by their definition, never feel fully comfortable in their stores. The architecture is cold, the lighting clinical, the staff trained in a warm distance that communicates exclusivity without a single illegal word. Researchers studying retail psychology call this velvet rejection, the art of making someone feel simultaneously welcomed and subtly unwanted. It drives away the uncertain, and it intoxicates the aspirational. Because the person who walks out without buying doesn't leave empty-handed. They leave with a wound, a quiet, socially invisible wound called not yet. And that wound is the most powerful marketing tool ever invented. It sends them back, wealthier, more prepared, more desperate to belong. Here is the final thing. The thing that changes how you will see every luxury logo, every flagship store, every limited edition drop for the rest of your life.
Louis Vuitton doesn't make you want the bag. Louis Vuitton makes you want to be the kind of person who has the bag. And those are two entirely different hungers, because one can be satisfied and one never can. They are not in the fashion business. They are not in the leather business. They are in the identity business. And they have engineered a system so precise, so psychologically sophisticated, that millions of people stand in line, willingly, gratefully, to pay for the privilege of feeling like they almost didn't make it in. The queue outside isn't a flaw in the system. It is the system.